All right, so I feel like every generation, I always hear this as a common theme, right? Is the older generation, I listen to everything they said, everything came to pass, and it's sure as days, what they told me, it worked for me when I applied it. I feel like this generation, like I realized, like I didn't really get no tools like that. I don't know if y'all feel that way. So it leaves me with a lot of questions. It leaves me with like a simple thing of like I don't even know what certain tools are sometimes because it was just such a divide. Like to be outside, there wasn't really a man around in my life to show me how to work on cars. Then so now when I'm out here at 38 years old and someone wants me to work on something with a car, I have no idea. And I can go and watch all the YouTube videos all day long, but I don't know how to do it. So it led me to believe like no one ever gave us those tools. And we get that a lot too. This generation, we put a lot of excuse on the past, but it's just true. Nobody ever gave us these tools. Like when it comes down to money, especially money, this is how money went for me. I witnessed go to Ace Check Cashing, go to all these different loan places, rack those up, rack up some loans, and just try to stay afloat. So I just want to take a deep dive into some financial stuff because I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get smarter, and I'm trying to take accountability of my own self because I see a lot of people with money that do a lot of dumb stuff. Like we're trying to open a men's home. Not trying. We're opening a men's home in 2027. I'm just trying to get everything in order in my own personal life to make sure that I'm there strong in the community. But yeah, there's just people with money who do a lot of dumb things. Like I've been there before, been ghetto rich too, like where I had made a whole bunch of money, but my expenses were really high. That's dumb. I know that now. So I was making over 100,000 a year, but my expenses was like $99,999. So like, are you really rich when that happens? No. So let's look into it because boy, when you do fall out and you try to ask for something, nobody's gonna help you. And I realized that not only is the answer no, but the answer is also like there's no not even advice, and it's because they don't know themselves. So let's make ourselves strong and sufficient. So we're gonna use Chat GPT, throwing out random questions. Here's my first one, which was this. All right, so tools that I felt like we never got. So why does the older generation what is it about the older generation and the work hard and save up that hits differently in this economy, right? I'm sure y'all felt that. I feel like the older generation, they're real big on you need to work hard and save your money. I've tried that and it don't work. Let's see. So point, hard work still matters, but the cost and structure changed. Okay, what are you talking about? Housing, groceries, debt, emergencies, costs are all up. And the same discipline the older generation preached, inflation is still one of the biggest concerns, and many households feel squeezed. So looks like the older generation advice was based off of effort, and it just wasn't enough. It's not enough here in this modern time. It takes more than effort. You got to have have strategy, mobility, and financial literacy. I agree with that. You do got to be strategic. Like, can't have emotional. A lot of stuff we do is emotional spending, is what I'm learning. Like, you get mad in an argument. Within that, I used to like count how much money I would spend in that argument, and to leave the door, even with having kids. I have it this: when you have children, every time you leave the house, off top, take off $20. Whether it be for gas, food, candy, snacks, you're gonna lose $20 per kid every time you leave the house. So, okay, cool. Number two, if older people are living longer and working longer, what does that change for me? This is my personal question. Like, I'm tired of competing. I'm competing with the older people who get Social Security in the club. I can't beat that. If you're getting Social Security and you're working on the side, which, I know y'all are big on people and food stamps and all that, but a lot of a lot of y'all are getting Social Security and y'all got them side jobs. So, like, I can't compete with that. So how does that affect us? So the point is that promotions, benefits, leaderships, turnovers, and retirement all have timelines. BLS shows about 1 in every 5 people are age 65 plus, and they participated in the labor in 2024. So among those employed 65 years or older, 38.3% will work part-time. So it came to the conclusion that projects, older worker participation staying structurally important. Okay, looks like it's the issue isn't that they're older work people in the positions. It's saying that why are they in a position? Because they're feeling like they are not able to retire. So there are older people holding up, I say holding up, but that are in these positions because y'all are feeling like y'all are not able to retire right now because of this economy. Fair enough. Okay, let's go to question number 3. is delayed retirement blocking the next generation or exposing a broken system. So I feel like, the older generation, it should be a passing of the buck. The older generation feels that I know of feel like we should move them out. Like if we were good, they wouldn't be there. Let's see what chat has to say. So let's see, deeper issue is no, not that. Actually, let's see. So basically, in this, we want to be careful. Is we don't want to talk about changing the retirement structure, and I think that's a big fear on everybody's mind, is that we're going to be losing benefits, losing Social Security, things of that nature. So the main thing that this is presenting is delayed retirement, blocking the next generation, or exposing a broken system. I think it's exposing a broken system, that we're finding out that we may have came up with something that needs to be revisited, needs to be reviewed. Okay. So the real enemy is not grandma, grandpa working. The real enemy is yes, I love this answer, the system, wages, housing, the system, wages, and housing stop lining up cleanly across generations. So the issue is the system. The issue is the system. And why are so many grown adults back at home? Oh, if I'm not careful, I'll be there because, boof. But I don't, yeah. And what does that do to identity, dating, and destiny? This is a great question. So there's an increase in grown adults back at home. What does this do to your dating, your identity, and destiny? Full disclosure, got out of jail. I had to, off of a divorce, I had to go back at home for a little bit. Horrible. I remember one time, it was a very beautiful woman, very great job. She was a real estate agent. Was all over me one day. The next day, after she ran my credit report, boy, it was, what did that do to my identity? Made me feel like crap. Made me feel pretty low. Thank God I have God. And my destiny, it could have made me, derail you if it gets here in your mind. And you'll hear comments like, I've dated a person where they get me McDonald's, and you got to hear that. Like what? I don't get that. So it does a lot right now. The economy has a big part of dating. I had to break up with a person because of the same thing, like the distance and all of that. It was